Hey Leamons, welcome back to another video of mine. So this isn't my regular kind of video, although I've been watching this show called Bluey, and I really just want to talk about it, because it seems like everyone is talking about Bluey, and I'm just discovering it now. Guys, first of all, this show is actually really good. I was not expecting it to be such an interesting show. Bluey is a slice of life show that's about a family unit with primary and preschooler aged children named Bluey and Bingo, and its two parents, Bandit and Chili. Its audience is aimed towards children and parents, as to why many people like me are scared to admit they enjoy the show. But let's be honest, it seems like many people are enjoying the show recently, no matter the age. I don't understand why it should be considered embarrassing. Even I, for so long, didn't know if I should check Bluey out, because it looked like just another kids show. But let me tell you this, Bluey is in fact, well, it is a kids show. I mean, it is on Disney Junior, but that doesn't matter, because Bluey is so much more than just your average run-of-the-mill kids show. There has been other shows in the past, example being My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, that had the reputation of being kids shows, although it still had a good enough plot and characters to put it above other shows. People that weren't even kids started to enjoy the show, and that's the exact same thing that's happening with Bluey. Although I must add this, Bluey is a way different show from My Little Pony. It's similar to it in the way of it being enjoyed by all ages, but Bluey is more of a slice of life, and the episodes are very short, only being around 7 minutes long. It honestly doesn't matter what the target audience is for Bluey. This show can really be watched by anyone. This show is beautiful, pure, and wholesome to watch. Every time I finished an episode, I was either smiling or had my eyes watering. And I went into it not expecting much. I started off by watching the one episode called Bike, and Bluey was having troubles on her bike as she couldn't figure out how to ride on it. Her dad kept telling her that she'd figure it out eventually, and he sat there as he watched her. Bluey sat down in defeat as she looked around the park. All her friends around her were also struggling with their own personal problems, such as Bingo trying to drink water from the water fountain and not being able to reach it. But eventually, after trying again and again, they all found a way to figure it out and sort of resolve their issues. That encourages Bluey to also keep trying to ride her bike. That all happened in the span of 7 minutes. And by the end of it, my eyes were watering as I watched. After that, I kept watching through the show as I couldn't get enough of Bluey. Bluey has so many great life lessons and morals that parents and their kids can both benefit from watching. Simple things such as learning how to communicate and understand each other better is so prominent in the show. That is so important in a good family unit. Bluey also incorporates so many games and activities that children play. It's wild how many different games they think up of to include in the show. I'm sure if you guys watched Bluey, you'd find something they play in the show that you also played as a kid, which brings back nice nostalgic childhood memories. The characters in Bluey are also very interesting, relatable to the audience, and more deep and fleshed out than some other shows. Some of their actions are just so relatable in good and sometimes bad ways. Characters aren't always perfect. But that is a good thing. That is realistic. They can make mistakes, and they usually understand when they do mess up, and they learn from it. Both the adult and kid characters in the show make mistakes and learn and grow from them, and that's truly wonderful. Bluey is the main character, as the title might lead you to think. She is a 6-year-old blue heeler puppy. Bingo is her little sister, who is a red heeler puppy that is 4 years old. Bandit is the blue heeler father of Bluey and Bingo, and he works as an archaeologist. Chili is the red heeler mom of Bluey and Bingo, who works as part-time in airport security. Bandit and Chili are great role models as parents. Again, they aren't perfect, but that's what makes them more real and relatable as characters. They try their hardest to be the best parents, and in the times when they do mess up, they apologize for their actions. They truly do love their 2 daughters and would do anything for them. There are also so many more interesting characters within Bluey that are outside of the family's main cast. Random fact, but before watching the show, I had assumed Bluey was a boy, when she's actually a girl. Even a bit after hearing her voice, it didn't clarify it for me, as they have real child actors, so their voices sound high-pitched regardless. It took me until they mentioned that they were sisters to finally clue in. Although it wouldn't matter if Bluey was a girl or a boy, it's still Bluey either way. The show doesn't focus on gender as much, but rather the characters and who they are as dogs. I was gonna say who they are as people, because they are so fleshed out. I forget they are dogs, but they are clearly anthropomorphic dogs. And personally, I think they use them being dogs in a smart way, such as occasionally howling or barking, or some characters walking on all fours in their younger years. Although at the same time, they still feel like real humans, real people, because of how deep and fleshed out they are as characters. It's sad to know I would be allergic to this wonderful family. This show also goes over serious issues such as bullying, which for some kids and even adults is a tough thing to handle. It goes over infertility, and issues some adults face when they're not able to get pregnant, and even subjects of death, which is very dark, and considering this is a kids show, I can't believe they went over it. This show handles these kinds of issues in a mature way that can be understood by both the parents and the children too. Last thing I want to mention is how Bluey really puts a lot of effort into its show. The animation is fantastic considering it's only a kids program. The art style and colors they chose all work out and clash so well together. Some parts of the show look very good. They obviously have some real talented people working on the show. Some scenes are breathtaking with its scenery and backgrounds. Even the music is great, allowing the beautiful scenes to coexist with the music and harmony. And I don't know why they decided to go all out for Bluey, but they just did. And that's awesome. I'm glad I finally watched Bluey and now understand why everyone seems to be talking about it. Thank you all so much for listening to my thoughts through this video. Let me know if you have seen Bluey or if you're debating watching it. It's been Leamon Puppy. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time.